guys, so today I have another Halloween haul for you, and this time it's a TKMAXX haul. So when I went shopping with Simply Gothic, we did go into TKMAXX. Now I have to say the range was pretty small in there, but just before we left we checked upstairs and we found a few more spooky goodies. So I have a few things which I actually bought from TKMAXX, and then I have two things which were sent to me through the post from some of my personal shoppers. So the first thing I got was this mug, which I really shouldn't have used since now I have to try and shoot a clip of it. So I am going to leave it to the end, so hopefully my tea will have cooled down a bit and it'll be slightly easier to show you, but I will start with a spooky mug. One of the mugs which I got was this one, and it is cat themed. Now I have 4 of these mugs now. I have my dancing skeleton one, I have this bat cat one which I was sent from America. I have shown you in a lot better detail in my card video which was uploaded the other day. So when me and Simply Gothic went up there and they had all of these spooky mugs, we went crazy. I bought 2 mugs and I'm pretty sure she bought 3, but there was no way I could turn down this gorgeous black cat mug. So as I said, this is from TKMAXX and it cost $4.99, so it was pretty much 2 mugs for a tenner. Now they do have all of these online on TKMAXX, and I can now officially say since yesterday everything on TKMAXX's website has gone on sale, including these mugs. So if you want to pick up some of these mugs, they are on sale for less than $4.99. So it's exactly the same size as my dancing skeleton one, but of course this one is a black cat one. So again, it is made by Portobello by Design, and it is designed and made in the UK, and it has this kind of almost watercolor look to it. It almost looks like, especially like with the pumpkins and like the bats, I find it looks like they've made a stencil and then they've like stenciled it on there. I really like this almost like hand painted watercolor effect. You've got a cute little walking cat and his tail does go around. That sticker does come off. I've just left it on there just so you could see what it looked like. It says boo, there's lots of little stars, and I love how this one is just black and orange. I'm loving the simplicity of the colours, although of course I do love the black cat with the green eyes as well. So I'm loving it, the actual just black and orange combination. They are my favourite Halloween colours. Down here there's a cheeky little mouse. We've got a sitting cat, a spider, a bat, a cat with a orange witch's hat, and he is the only cat that has actual like orange on him. Some more little stars and bats, and a little sleepy cat with a moon, and I love the different colour variations in this moon. I absolutely love this design. I am a crazy cat lady and of course a Halloween addict, so it is like everything I've ever wanted. On the inside of the mug it does have both stars and cats, again with the black and orange colours. This black bit here is part of the sticker that goes down, so there will be a little star hiding under there. And on the inside of the mug it says trick or treat. It's a little bit dirty just because I've been storing some things in there, but it says trick or treat with lots of stars. Now these mugs are made of bone china, so they're very nice quality mugs. It is bone china and it is like microwavable safe. It does say to hand wash it. I think that's just because it is a very kind of delicate mug. After all, it's not like your thick heavy ceramic mugs, and I do tend to hand wash my Halloween mugs anyway, just in case, you know, they get broken or like banged about in the dishwasher. So it's a really nice mug. As I said with my dancing skeleton one, it is a very big mug. If you compare it to say the cat mug, which I'd say is pretty an average size, you can see that it is quite a lot larger. You could even potentially use this as like a little bowl for soup or something. So that was the first mug which I got in TKMAXX. Now the next things I got were lip gloss. I do actually have 2 different packs. This one is for Simply Gothic. As I said, I had someone send me these and she had a spare pack of 6. So the ones in here are exactly the same as the ones in here. They're just in different packaging. So this one is for Simply Gothic. I've just literally taken out of her box of goodies, which I'm hoping to send off soon. I am an awful friend. It's taking me forever to get this box together and ready to send, but these are the ones which I got for myself. Now as you can see, I have opened it. It did have a nice clear like plastic on the top. It didn't have any like bows or anything. That's why I thought I'd take it off anyway, just so I can have a sneaky preview. But in here there are 10 different lip glosses, all kind of spooky and Halloween Halloween themed. It did cost $3.99 for this pack. It is by the brand Simple Pleasures, but as I said, it does come from TKMAXX. 10 spooky scented lip balms. They are 4.2 grams each, with a total net weight of 42 grams, since there are 10 of them. On the back, it does give you a full list of ingredients in case you are like intolerant or like you have a reaction to certain ingredients. I do sometimes have issues with like tea tree and things like that, but there's nothing like that at all in there. It just says but a small amount on the lips, and that is not food. I absolutely love the fact as well that these are cruelty free. So I'm going to take each of these lip balms out to show you. They are all in this sort of like plasticky casing, and on the back there is this like holographic scene with like a haunted house and a bat and things and a pumpkin. So I'm going to actually cut this out and stick this on the wall. So I've got my 10 different lip balms here. Now I have to say they all kind of smell very similar, and taste wise, I know you're not really meant to be eating them, but when they're on my lips they kind of taste the same. So the first one is called Candy Dreams. It has lots of little candy corns around it and a little orange lid. As you can see, the inside of it is just plain white, and as for how it applies, it is quite smooth. It doesn't glide like amazingly. There is like a little bit of like friction almost, and they do have like a balmy feel, but they're definitely like not sticky. As you can see, it doesn't leave any crazy shine or colour or anything, but it does leave a slight candy corn taste. So that was the first of 10. Next up we have Taffy Apple. So again, another candy themed one. This one has lots of lollies. It has a black lid, and as you can see, this one is a slightly different colour. It's more of like a yellowy green colour, and it turns out I totally lied, since I only took like 3 of these out of the packet, but this one, it does actually have a slightly more like appley smelling scent. As I said, it just says that they're scented, so I can't tell you for sure if this is apple. As for taste though, I think I definitely prefer the candy corn one. The next one is called Bone Chiller, and it has a little skull and crossbones, just like black packaging with little triangle eyes and a green lid, and this one is exactly the same as the candy corn one. It smells the same and everything. And then the fourth one is called Spooky Delights. Did we already have one that said Spooky Delights? Candy Dreams? No, we didn't. So this one is called Spooky Delights, and it has a little black cat on it. And not only is it a black cat, but it's a black cat with green eyes, my favourite. So it's got the same like triangular pattern in the background, but in orange, and then a little black cat, and then a black lid. And actually the balm itself is like a very light shade of orange, although it has the same smell and flavour as the candy corn one as well, the first one. And then next up we have Scary Berry, and it has a little owl on it with a green spotted background and an orange lid. This one again is a plain white one, smells and tastes the same as all of the other ones other than that one weird apple tasting one. And then next up there is one called Wicked Treats. This one has green stripes on it and a scary looking witch, a black lid, and it is that kind of green colour. And from the smell of it, I don't want to taste it again, but it seems like that apple one again. And then we have Sweet Treats, and I love the packaging of this one. It's little green spooky cupcakes and a black background, green lid, and the lip balm is just the same white. Smells the same as the majority of them. And then there are 3 more. There is Monster Medley, and it has a little black cauldron. It has a orange zigzag background, a black lid, and it is plain white. Now you may be wondering if there's anything different between these ones and the little packet I showed you at the beginning. The main difference is on the little packet it does have like glittery lids, but that is the only difference between them. Back to the lip balms. This one is called Nightshade, and it's just black with a few dots. I have to say, if I saw this one I wouldn't straight away think it was Halloween themed, but orange lid. It's slightly yellowy orange, but it kind of smells the same as the rest of them. And then the last one in there, which maybe my favourite, is the Jack-o'-lantern, which is actually the first one I tried. It has obviously a little pumpkin on it, the purple background with spots, green lid, and it is just our same plain one inside, which smells really good. So those were the different spooky lip balms. I have to say, like, nothing about the flavours or like the way that they look once they're applied is spooky. You will look super spooky cute if you are applying a lip balm with a little jack-o'-lantern on. I have to say, I'm not really the biggest lip balm enthusiast. I don't use it very frequently, but when I saw them, something inside me just needed that spookiness in my life, and I feel like I have enough lip balms here now to last me all through all the lip balm needing weather. As I said on the Facebook group, people do write on there what they're looking for, and one of the things I was looking for was this. Oh my goodness, and I wanted it so badly. As soon as I saw a picture of it, I was like, does anyone have one? I need one. Blah. And like, I have actually now seen about 3 in various different TKMAXXs and Homesenses I've been to, but at the time I was really worried I wouldn't be able to find one just because it was the first time I'd seen one and I thought it may be the last. So I did get a lady on Facebook to pick this up for me. She very kindly went back and got it, and it was wrapped so gorgeously in lovely orange paper with stickers on and things, and I was so excited when I opened it. I have had this for a little while now. I've been waiting to show you. So I'm sure you're all absolutely fed up with me now saying I love vintage Halloween illustrations. There are loads of you who sent me amazing Halloween cards. Let me give you a sneak. Over on my wardrobe you may be able to see a few of the cards which I have already stuck on there, but loads of you sent me like vintage Halloween illustration cards and postcards, and they're just so awesome. So yes, anyway, back to topic. When I saw this, I was like, yes, it has my favourite vintage Halloween illustration, which is this one, which is the little black cat with green eyes in a pumpkin, and this is very similar to the wreath that I showed you before. If you didn't see that video, I will link it down below if I remember, but I had this lovely wreath. It's now actually attached to my door, so I can't take it down and show you, but it's a lovely wreath covered in vintage illustrations just like this, and these are some of the illustrations which are actually on the wreath, so it matches it really nicely. It is also by the same like brand that sold the wreath, and I did get the wreath from Homesense, but this is from TKMAXX, and it's by designs by Kathy. A lot of kind of vintage style things designed by Kathy, and it cost $7.99 in TKMAXX, and I've seen it for the same price also in Homesense. So it is quite thick. It is like a wood. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with it yet, because it is quite big and chunky, but I'm sure I can find a surface somewhere that I can put this on, but I love the illustrations. Now there's one little thing that I wanted to point out which I didn't see in the photos, and it wasn't until actually the Midnight Crafter pointed it out on hers, because she thought she'd got one with a misprint, that I realised that all of them have this, and I looked through all the photos of ones that other people are getting and they all have the same thing. So I'm gonna give you a solution. So basically this is the sign. As you can see, it's quite nice and big. On this side it has the pumpkin with the black cat and the green eyes, which I adore so much. Then in the middle there, well actually there's a little creeping boy there, but in the middle there is almost like a scarecrow ghost. It is like a white sheet with a little smiling pumpkin face. There's a little pumpkin sat at the bottom. Now on this side we have the pumpkin snowman, that's what I call him. He's basically a snowman made of pumpkins with a basket on his head. In the background there's some shells with some pumpkins on, and then we come to the culprits here in the middle. Now if you look at this book carefully, you may see that there is a little triangle missing, which is what we think the misprint is. So it's two little kids reading a blue book. From the wreath that I got, which has the same image on there, it does say that this is meant to be like, it does show it as like a ghost story book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a very nice clear photo, or maybe even scan in my wreath, and then I'm going to make sure I've got the right size and cut the book out from my printed copy and stick it on there so that it doesn't have this little bit missing. Now if you look at it kind of in perspective, you can see that it's meant to make the shape of the bee, but it just doesn't work. I feel like it needs to be over a bit more, and I probably would have way preferred it if they had just not even bothered trying. Also, it was pointed out that maybe they were meant to like cut a little triangle out there to give it more of a B shape, because it definitely looks slightly more like a D when you look at it for too long. But I have to say it's not a big issue. When I first got it, I was like a little bit like sad about it, but now that I've had it for a while, it's kind of like worn off and I just absolutely love it. I love the cat and the pumpkin, and I love the vintage style. It is just black on all the other surfaces, and it does have the little sticker to say that it's made in China and that it's also created by designs by Kathy. So I was really pleased with that, and I'm so glad to have like another vintagey piece to add to my collection. The last thing which I got from TKMAXX was this mug, and my tea is now the perfect temperature for me to be showing you what's on it. I have to say, if I'm a bit shaky, it is completely my fault for being an idiot and using this teacup, but you know, when the need strikes for tea, you've just got to have it. This is in almost like a washing line style. It doesn't actually have a washing line, but everything is kind of pegged up in a line. So you have a little spider, some green socks with little twirly toes, a cauldron that says Happy Halloween. Again, it's in that same like watercolor almost effect. We have a broom hanging down with a hat next to it, and there's a little spider web that's been formed on the middle of it. There is a strange mixing spoon, a witch's dress, which I would love to own, some witch's boots which are hanging up by what looks to be maybe shoelaces or something, another spider, and we have some more stripy witchy tights. And then on the inside, along with my tea, you can see that it has a nice rim of bats. Again, this cost $4.99. It is by Portobello Designs. Absolutely am loving these bone china mugs. Now it does actually also have writing on the bottom like all the other ones do. For example, this one says Bat Cat at the bottom, and that one said Trick or Treat. Now, right at the bottom of this, it always makes me jump. There is a picture of a spider and a bat, and it also says you've been poisoned. I will insert a picture now. So when you've finished your cup of tea, you start to see that like as you get towards the end, but it's a really nice little feature. I think it's quite funny, and especially if you have a guest over and you kind of give them this mug and they get to it and they're like, well, pumpkins, I've been poisoned. Alas, that is the end of me. So I think it's a really nice little feature, and I absolutely love this mug so much. So that is everything which I got from TKMAXX. As I said, you can find most of this on Homesense, and you can find actually most of it on their online store at the moment. Stuff online is selling out super quick, so if you see anything you like online, I would get it while you can. As I said, they do also have sales now as well, so you can get your goodies slightly cheaper. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're having a spooktacular Halloween. If you do have any questions, comments, please do leave them below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!